Hello guys, welcome back to Matrix Engineers. Today we are going to learn about tuples, Python tuples. Tuples are used to store multiple items in a single variable. As you have seen in our previous video, the lists are also used to store multiple items in a single variable. For now, the tuple are also used to store items in a single variable. The difference, the tuple is a collection which is ordered and unchangeable, and the tuple are written in round brackets, while rest we were using square brackets. In a tuple we use round brackets. Let's start by doing practice. So this is what you have seen in our previous video when you was learning REST. So now let us create a Python file and call it tuple. So now we are going to declare a variable of storing multiple items. This tuple, this is a single variable. So now we are going to store multiple variables, multiple items or multiple value in this single variable. Cool. In a list we were using square brackets, but in a tuple we are going to use round brackets. You see, it's a round bracket. Now we are going to store multiple items, like let's say store multiple programming language values. Let's start with Python. C#, Java, PHP, Ruby. So this is a variable that is going to store these multiple items. In a list we use square brackets like this. In a list we use this, but in a tuple we use this round bracket. So now we are going to display the values of tuple. Print this tuple. This is the output of the variable tuple values. So tuple items are ordered and changeable and allow duplicate values, and the tuple item are indexed. The first item has index 0, the second item has index 1, the third item have index 2, and others like that. When we say the tuple are ordered, it means that the item have a defined order and that order will not change. So we also said tuple is unchangeable. Tuples are unchangeable, meaning that we cannot change, add or remove item after tuple has been created. We also said tuple allow duplicate. So since the tuple are indexed, they can have item with the same value. Let's do an example. We can add here. C# again. Let's run. You see, we have a C# here. We also duplicated it here. We are going to run the program. You see, no problem. It allows duplicate. One C# here and the other C# here. So we can check the length of tuple. Can do this like this, print. We use this function, then you can raise this tuple. See, you can find the length. You see, tell 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see, it's a match. So we can also create a tuple with one item. Let's do it. Tuple 2 equal can write networking. You see, networking. We are going to display the output. So we didn't print the output of tuple 2. Print tuple 2. You see, it's networking, but this is not tuple. This is not a tuple. Python is not going to recognize it as a tuple. Let's display the data type of this. Print type tuple 2. You are going to know the data type. You see, it is a string. The Python doesn't recognize it as a tuple. This is a string. We have used round bracket, but on single item. In order to let Python recognize it as a tuple, we have to add a comma. To create a tuple with only one item, you have to add a comma after the item. Otherwise, Python will not recognize it as a tuple. So when we add, you see, without a comma, it is a string. The output shows the data type are a string. You see, type are a string. You see here, it is a string. But when we add here a comma, Python is going to recognize it as a tuple. You see, now it is a tuple. But when we remove this comma, Python is going to recognize it as a string. You see, in order to allow Python to recognize it as a tuple, we add a comma when we are assigning one value or one item in a tuple variable. So now you see it is a tuple. So for tuple item or data types, tuple item can be any data type. For example, it can be numbers, it can be a string, it can be a boolean. We can write tuple string equal hello matrix engineers print tuple string. You see, hello matrix engineers, data type is a string. We use string. We can also use numbers by tuple number equal 1 3 5 7 print tuple number. You see, 1 3 5 7. We use numbers in a tuple. We can also use boolean tuple boolean equal true, false, true. Can you display? No, we didn't print the output of tuple print tuple. So you see, so one tuple can also contain different data types. For example, let's create tuple diff can use a string, right? Example, matrix as a string. We can also use a number like 28 as an example. We can also use true as a boolean. You see, we have a matrix as a string, we have 28 as a numbers, we have true as a boolean. So you can print tuple diff we didn't put here equal, we need the equal. So you see, matrix 28 true. This is a string, this is a number, this is a boolean, this is a boolean. So we can also display, or we can use the tuple as a constructor. We can also use tuple method as a constructor. For example, let's use tuple as use tuple method as constructor. Let's make it a comment. We use this pound sign for make it a comment. So we are going to create a tuple by using this constructor. For example, this tuple 1, for example, equal, use tuple as a constructor. So we can add like games. Can add games like football, volleyball, basketball. So now can you print this tuple 1. You get the error. Trace back matrix. This type of football. We have a problem here. We have to add, as we said, it is a method. We have to add here another round brackets for correcting that error. You see, football, basketball, volleyball. See, we created this tuple using tuple method as a constructor. So we can also access tuple items. So you can access tuple item by referring to the index number inside square brackets. For example, let's access the football item. You can do print this tuple 1 and use this square bracket with index 0. You know, to access football, or to access tuple item, we follow the index, and the index started from 0. So the first has 0. So football, to access football, have to use 0 as index number. You see, we have a football. To access basketball, we have to use index 2. You see, basketball, index 0, 1, 2. This index number of basketball is a 2. So we can also have negative indexing. Negative indexing means starting from the end. For example, starting from basketball to there. We can use, for example, -1. Let's see the output. You see, we have a basketball as index minus. When you use negative index, we start from the end of tuple. When you use 2, we are going to access volleyball, -2. But when we remove this and use 1, use 0, you are going to get football as index 1. To access this end, if we don't use if we don't use index 2, we are going to use -1 to access basketball. We can use -1 to access basketball as a last item, basketball. We used index -1, but you can also use index 0, 1, 2. You can use 2. 0, 1, 2. You can use this 2 to access basketball also. You see? Basketball. So we can also have the range of indexes. To access the range of indexes, for example, we need to access the range from index 1. We can use when we say the range of indexes, you can specify the range of indexes by specifying where to start and where to end the range. When specifying a range, the return value will be a new tuple with a specified item. For example, we can use 1, 2, 2. The range from 1 to 2 is variable. We don't include the value of last index. When we need to display basketball, we can also add hano there. Log B. Log B. You see? Log B. So here we can put index 3. So this is 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So the range you are going to access is from 1 and you exclude the index 3. So we are going to start from volleyball to basketball only. You see? So if by leaving out the start value, the range will start at the first item. For example, when we leave this one, the range is going to start from football. By leaving out the start value, the range will start at the first item. And we leave one. It starts from football, volleyball, and basketball. You see? By leaving out the end value, the range will go on to the end of tuple. You see, we have 1 here. If we leave this end value, it is going to start from volleyball till the end of tuple. You see? Volleyball, basketball, log B. So we can also check if item exists to determine if item or specified item is present in a tuple. We use the in keyword. For example, you can say to check if football exists, you can use if football in this tuple 1. So print yes. Football is in games tuple. You see? We didn't get the output. We didn't get the output. If a football. Let's check the problem. Let's see why. If football in this tuple one. Let's check if what the problem. We didn't specify right football where. So now we're going to display. You see? Yes, football is in any game tuple. So we can also change tuple value. Once tuple is created, you cannot change its values. Tuple are unchangeable or immutable, as it also is correct. But there is a way we can convert a tuple into list and convert it back from list to a tuple. Let's do an example. We can say, we can declare a new variable and say subject equal IT finance accounting. This is an example of subject. So now we need to change IT into computer science. What we need to do is to change the value of subject. For example, we can say y equal list. You see, we are changing tuple into list equal list, and you specify subject as a variable we have for tuples. And you can use y with index 0, y index 0, index that we need to change its name, IT, which we are going to change it into computer science. 0 equal, use computer science. So now we can change the value of subject into tuple again. So you can write subject equal tuple y. So print subject. We are going to see if IT have changed into computer science. You see, computer science, finance, and accounting. So this is how we change or modify the tuple. So we can also add items into a tuple. To add the items into a tuple, since tuples are immutable, they do not have built-in append method. But there are other ways to add items into a tuple. Convert it into a list again. We can also do it like that. We need to add something in a subject. So what you have to do, you can say like x equal list. We use list also. You must convert it into list and you convert it back from list to tuple. List subject. So x dot append the course you need to add software engineering as an example. So we can print. So we can convert it back from list into tuple by doing this. We use subject equal tuple x print subject. So can display. You see, we have computer science, finance, accounting, and software engineering. We added the software engineering into a tuple. This is how we add a new item into a tuple. So guys, thank you for watching. If you are more interested, do subscribe for more videos. Thank you.